It broke my heart that I could never do it for him. I'll never forget the day we sat on our couch in the living room and he was like, I just want to have a really honest conversation with you. And I just want you to tell me exactly what it is. Not this cute answer, not what you think I want to hear. None of that shit you've been telling me that you're working on it and it's just you and you in your head and all that. Like, for real. And I told him the truth. It's a disconnect. Like, I'm not naturally attracted to you in that way. And it's probably nothing that you can do about it. And his face, it was like, you remember Mortal Kombat when he would go in the chest and smash the heart out? That's what I felt like I did. In this whole be honest with me, I was like, the man asked me for honesty and I gave it to him, but I don't think that that's what he was thinking I was going to say. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end of our relationship.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Then the weird part for us, that was when the whole open relationship dynamic was introduced, and almost as a means to save our relationship. And in the moment, I didn't think that that's what it was, but I later learned that that was like last ditch effort and a really, really, really bad effort because it pretty much tore us apart. I wish we had never.
Badly built, snaggletooth, barely mid-level, basic biatch. Alright? Basic biatch. With a hint of a baby hair weave. Alright? She ain't no snack. Okay? And she's been with this gentleman we never see. Okay? There's no validation that she was actually ever married to anyone. And, you know, I would hazard to guess if this actually happened and she was talking to a common law husband. Okay. I would hazard to guess that she was just cohabitating with a guy. I can't see anyone wifing her up that's not a mega simp or a loser. Okay. And, you know, be that as it may and shit. I don't know the guy, you know, if he actually exists or, you know, but I feel the need to comment on this shit. Okay. I feel the need, you know, for non-select men everywhere. You know, I want you guys to take a look at this woman. You know, it's badly built. It's badly built, box-shaped, you know, female, sitting up, you know, looking a mess. And I want you to hear what she has to say. I want you to really process what she's saying and whatnot. That she was in, you know, legal and binding union. You know, legal and government standards and shit. You know, binding only to the man. And she never gave a shit about this guy. She was not into this guy on any fucking level other than him providing for her on a daily basis and making her life somewhat comfortable. You know, I don't know what level of income that the guy has, but he was in a sham marriage and he should be able to legally pursue her for, you know, funds. She should have to pay that back. But this is the West, and everything is gynocentric to a fault, even though people know it's like destroying and, you know, rotting out the country and shit. Okay, feminism is destroying the country. She is not a feminist, by the way. She's just a bottom feeder of the feminist movement. Shit, you know, a byproduct that these women have these really unrealistic standards and shit when they come to themselves. They see themselves as better than because of their lack of a tool downstairs, and, you know, the fact that they have a hole and shit. She told her husband wants to have sex and whatnot. She knows she was in a sham marriage, so it's her job to give him the pussy. Okay? I don't care what anyone thinks about it. This shit. You put just, you know, women can't empathize with men. They can't put themselves in our shoes. Every time I hear someone talking about, you know, men's rights and everything, you know, like they're on our side or something, like they're one of the good ones, I just, you know, I take with 10 grains of salt. Right? They don't understand. They only understand things from their point of view and shit. And I always look at, you know, side-eye these women because I feel like they're opportunists. All right? I feel like the opportunists. Look at this woman, okay, and listen to what she's saying. She is no longer physically attracted to her husband. She was never physically attracted to her husband. Her looks have faded probably over the years. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. You know, her looks have faded. Some guy had to make overtures to her and take her on some dates and everything, and build up a relationship, and that she was never invested in. Like the fact that she would tell him something so cruelly and then talk about open marriages shows that her disdain for this man on every level. Right? Now, as a man, your job is to be law and order, and structure in a relationship. Her job is everything else. Right? These women, they want provision and protection and shit, but they don't want to do their part. They talk about partners and shit, but it's not a part. It's a one-sided relationship that no sane man would take part in. All right, no sane man. She's badly built. I would have never asked her shit. Okay, the me of today. The me of today. Okay, because I'm human. Okay, I've made mistakes. I made some big fucking mistakes in the past that I had to live with when I look in the mirror and shit. But the man I am today would never have asked her anything about that shit. The minute that she wasn't giving it up, or I didn't feel like she was fully invested, or that she had some sort of disdain, then I'm dissolving that relationship, that sham marriage, with extreme prejudice. And I advise you men to do the same and shit. It's simply business, okay? They talk about their fucking vagina like it's a goddamn box business and shit. And it is a box business. They're fucking box and shit that you're unwittingly purchasing it. You think you're in something organic, but they don't see it that way. Back in the day, I don't know if I talked about this in another video, but I hooked up with I guess you would call it kind of like a hood rat shit, like a mature, hood rat or whatever. And she cleaned my pipes. She cleaned my pipes expertly and had no emotional involvement whatsoever. I was cleaned up, I was good for like a couple of days. That's how well she did her job and shit. And it was no big deal and shit. I won't bore you with the details of how I came to be in this situation and shit, but she banged me out, man. She did, everything. She golf 10,000 and then cleaned up the pipes and shit. It's like, hey, you want a sandwich before you go? And out the door. I thought about it later. I didn't take up on the fucking sandwich, but I went somewhere and had breakfast, alone. And I thought about like how she was able to just compartmentalize her sexual skills and, with everything else, and how she was just like, whatever, And she wasn't no. She did have some kids, and she used to have a husband, but somehow he got out of the shit. He escaped. Good for him. But when I look at this woman, I see the same fucking thing. Somebody that's capable of doing her job on a physical level, but refuses to, and opts instead to inflict emotional turmoil and abuse on her partner who was taking care of her. Someone she's not even into and doesn't have the common decency to leave or just bend the fuck over. Alright? If you can't get what you want out of the deal, then why engage in it? Why play a game and you can't win? The house always wins is rigged and shit according to, the government. It's legal by the contract. You're gonna have to pay through the fucking nose to get out of it. The longer you stay in, the more you pay. And then she has access to you. Let's not stand on ceremony and shit, for lack of a better term and shit. She's gonna have access to you for the rest of your life to continue doing emotional abuse and saying it's some kind of relationship, that it's some kind of fucked up relationship, and it's all your fault, and you ain't shit. Is that for you young guys out there that's not married, is this a risk that you want to take with your life? Right? Is this a risk that you want to take and shit? When I'm over here talking about dating out and all this passport shit, okay, I call that taking a vacation, and I call that being free to do what the fuck you want. I don't put any special, status on interracial relationships or any of that shit, because I've seen women from different ethnic backgrounds do the most horrific shit you would ever believe. Okay, you would ever see. I've been around kids. Right? I'm 54. I'm gonna be 55 this year. I'm telling you, don't make a false gene deal where you get nothing in return. Okay, the least she can do when she comes into a relationship with you is to open up her box and give it to you however you want it and shit. I know that I used to live on the West Coast. I was with like at least between 2 and 6 women that knew how to clean the pipes expertly and shit, go about their, hang out, do their own business. The last person I was with like that, we used to laugh about that. We used to fucking laugh about that, and I just didn't make no big deal about it. They even thought about making the last one like sort of a girlfriend and shit. And she's like, yeah, I'm a scoundrel. I'm for the streets. And then we laugh. We laughed our ass off. This chick was bad, man. This chick didn't look shit like the one on the screen here. The chick I'm talking about was fucking bad, and she wasn't black. Okay, she was from well, I don't know, put nobody on Front Street or nothing, but she was Latin. Okay, and she was fucking bad. When I walked down the street with her, people with I could see that other guys hated me just walking next to her. Now she wasn't even my bitch. She was somebody else's bitch. They need to be that open about it and shit, but I think sometimes you need to give a little to your audience, for them to understand your point of view and shit. Look at this fucking woman. Look at this bitch. She's busted and shit. What kind of guys is she gonna find that she's not gonna be paying for? It's gonna be some young dumbass dude, between 18 and 23, who doesn't have a lot of experience and shit. But hey, here's a hole. I can use it how I want. She'll give him the same treatment I got from that woman I mentioned earlier and shit. She'll give it to him in spades and give him a few dollars out of her purse. And only thing he'll have to do is give up his fucking freedom and allow her to look into his phone and search his phone and berate him and tell him he ain't shit, he ain't nothing, he ain't no man, he don't take care of his motherfucking kids. She probably have a kid for a young ass nigga and shit, and end up taking care of the motherfucking kid, talking shit while she looking for a surrogate like the one she threw away. She said her marriage didn't last. Are you surprised? Is anyone surprised and shit? Was considering her fucking attitude and the fact that she's sitting up there gloating about breaking a man's heart that wifed her up, and they lived and he provided for it. He went out and did his job and shit, and all she had to do was fuck up, and she couldn't even do that. She couldn't even fake it. In the old days, women used to fucking fake it and shit. So, coming in the 80s and everything, let's talk about how horrible it is that the woman is not satisfied and shit. And we all know now that was propaganda and shit. All right, a woman's default position is self-preservation to the exclusion of all else, sometimes even their motherfucking children. All right? All we're saying, all I'm saying, as I espouse the tenets of, the SYSBM statutes of the 48 laws of power and shit is, shouldn't you have that same mindset? All right? I'm going to say it now, okay? I'm going to say it, maybe you guys can hit me up with a like or, a subscription or something. I would really appreciate that. I'd like to make it to 1,000 subscribers this year. If on one of my channels, if nothing else. All right, I'm going to say the mantra. Kings, keep your head on a swivel. Protect your bag. And above all else, protect your seed. Okay? But that's your future. Okay? Your legacy. Don't make fallen women the stewards of your family and the mothers of your children. Okay? I can't impress upon you enough. All right, just the fact that I'm talking to you shows that, this is not pre-recorded. I make a new recording every fucking time. Whatever condition it ends up in. All right, it's just that I give a fuck. I don't want any more people to have my sobering experiences in these goddamn streets, and the country is proper shit. Okay, you should get what you want out of life, and not make a bad faith deal. Alright? SYSBM means save yourself, black man.
Please, talk to us. My brothers, talk to us and tell us what we doing. I want to know. I want to listen. I listen. Tell me so I can tell the rest of us. So I can tell my sisters what we need to fix. If you don't talk to us, how are we going to know? I need you to really Be genuine about it. Like, just take some time to think about it and reply to this. I want to know, what can we do to fix this? Because you are for me, I am for you. You are the king and I am the queen. I am your helpmate. I was made for you. I'm not supposed to be your enemy. You know what I mean? We're together. We're a team. So respectfully, I want to know, what is the issue? And I want it to be fixed. Start with me. Please tell me how I can fix it. What I need to do. So I can let the rest of them know what we got.
It broke my heart that I could never do it for him. I'll never forget the day we sat on our couch in the living room and he was like, I just want to have a really honest conversation with you. And I just want you to tell me exactly what it is. Not this cute answer, not what you think I want to hear. None of that shit you've been telling me that you're working on it and it's just you and you in your head and all that. Like, for real. And I told him the truth. It's a disconnect. Like, I'm not naturally attracted to you in that way. And it's probably nothing that you can do about it. And his face, it was like, you remember Mortal Kombat when he would go in the chest and smash the heart out? That's what I felt like I did. In this whole be honest with me, I was like, the man asked me for honesty and I gave it to him, but I don't think that that's what he was thinking I was going to say. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end of our relationship. Yeah, I can imagine. Then the weird part for us, that was when the whole open relationship dynamic was.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.